Greetings, everyone. Happy Monday. Monday is the day that is ruled by the moon. The moon is the planet or the satellite that governs our inner world, our inner reality. It's the inner reality. We all know this, but I feel like we've spent so much time. Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone. We've spent so much time focused on the external reality that we oftentimes don't even we don't acknowledge or give our inner reality the power or the placement or the understanding that it deserves, because we don't understand that the inner reality creates our external reality. And so I remember there was a time in my life where I used to really give myself permission to just be a fool in my inner reality, like worrying and doubting and I would just get in a cocoon of worry. I would just suit myself up with doubt and fear and just wear it in my inner reality, believing that it didn't have any impact on my life experience, believing that, oh, this is okay, nobody knows, or this is my privacy, but it's a cauldron. Your inner reality is a cauldron, is what it is. It is, you're literally cooking up stuff. Is this my good witch? Right? And so our inner reality is influencing everything. And this is the thing that we prove it all the time, whether we know it or not. But I don't know I think I've shared this story with you guys, and it blows my mind, because the moon rules the mother. The mother creates matter, right? The moon rules the water. The moon is your inner reality. It is your mother. It is the mother in you, right? It's how you're caring for yourself. How we care for ourselves is usually based upon how we were cared for. So it's a very significant, energetic, this inner reality. And so today, my son went on his first away from home field trip. And there are studies that have been found that say that women have on their brains, when they died, and they did research of the brains of women who were in their 90s who had Alzheimer's. And when they died and researched their brains, what they discovered was that the cells of their sons were on their brain. And your brain is like a computer center sending out signals, right? So the reason the cells of your son are on your brain and not the cells of your daughter is because your womb is how you pass on information and wisdom to your daughter. From woman to woman, it comes through the womb. And the womb and the brain are connected. They are really one thing. And so we pass on through the womb our energy to our daughters, but through our brains, our signals that are sending out, their cells are on our brains, and whatever we're thinking about them is going directly to their subconscious because their cells are on our brain. This is why it's so important to understand that we are all fucking connected. Like there is a connection going on, a web of connection going on that we can't see, that we don't understand, but it is there. It is always there, especially with people who you are related to, right? So, my son used to bite his nails, like since he was like 2 years old. And I remember thinking, why would a 2-year-old be biting their nails? Because we always hear people bite their nails are anxious and all that. And I would think, what does he have to be anxious about? What is it? And this was when he was 2, now he's 15. So a year or so ago, I realized that I was holding a negative thought form directed towards the masculine, but that showed up in my connection with my son. And it was a very negative, dark thought form that I, in my own inner work, realized was connected to, through my grandmother, the fear of having black sons. Like, there is just in our culture, in our DNA, a fear around parenting black sons and sending them out into the world and being afraid that they won't come back. It's a subconscious thing that runs us. And because the mother has the cells of her son on her brain, my son was reading that energy, and it was making him anxious, and so he would bite his nails. So when I caught myself in this, it took years, but when I caught myself in it and told myself the truth, I had to tell myself the truth. Like, look at this dark thought you're having. Look at it. Like, don't turn away from it. Look at the fuck what you are thinking and ask yourself, do you want this? Is this what you want? Because, like, this idea that somebody's going to do it. No, you are the creator of this reality. Like, that's why it's important for us to understand how the reality works. You are creating this reality, and your thoughts are penetrating his reality and causing him to, do you want this to happen? And when I caught it and saw it and then started doing the work around healing it, my son stopped biting his fingernails. He stopped biting his fingernails. And it's the funniest thing, because his fingernails now grow so long. It's like, oh my God, like, he literally stopped biting them. And this is the energy of the moon, the mother, matter. How what's in the subconscious shows up as matter. So my subconscious thought was impacting my son's physical, the matter. My son is matter, right? So my subconscious thought was, and then impacting his behavior. Now, we're doing this all the time. We just don't know where we're doing it. And so when I caught myself in the act, I started doing the work to heal it, and my son stopped biting his fingernails. And so this energy of the moon, it's really important to understand the power of our subconscious, the power of our thoughts, the power of our feelings, and that they are not just subject to us. They are also, everyone else is experiencing what we're thinking. People who are related to us, our children, are experiencing it in a direct connection, but others are experiencing it too. And yeah, I almost don't even have anything else to say. I really don't. So this morning, my son went on his first away trip, and it's been a really profound thing to change my mind about who he is, my story of who he is and what he's capable of, and to open up to other possibilities, and then to actually experience him becoming different, changing based upon me opening up my relationship to the masculine and bringing forth love and compassion for myself, for my mother, for my grandmother, and all the women in my lineage who have created suffering, pain, for our children, for ourselves, based upon limited ideas of who we are and what we're capable of, and cultural influences and things like that. The moon today is in Scorpio. The sun just moved into Aries yesterday. We just had the spring equinox. So we are in the energy of new beginnings. And we're going to be here now. Let me just say, this new beginning thing has been going on really since Mars was retrograde in Aries a year ago. Like, the beautiful thing about the universe is that it's a gradual process. It ebbs, right? Like the ocean tide, it goes up and back and up and back, up and back. It does that, right? So we have been in this new beginning energy for over a year, but this new moon in Aries, it gets stronger and stronger as time passes. So now we are really in new. It's new beginnings. It's time to do something new, and with the moon in Scorpio, it's looking at your family patterns, the shadows of the patterns, the things that are undesirable. Things like, with Scorpio, it's like, family secrets, and dark secrets, molestation, addictions, health challenges, the stuff that we will not fucking talk about, the stuff that we're ashamed of, the stuff that we hide from ourselves, the stuff that we hide from others. And if we cannot give ourselves permission to see this stuff from a place of compassion and a willingness and a desire to transform it, we'll never will. We just can't. You can't transform it without telling yourself the truth about it. It just doesn't work, right? I mean, you can't function over this stuff at all. You have to create safe containers for you to look at the fucking stuff. Because here's the thing, even if you're somebody who was molested, or if you're somebody who has an addiction, what you might take it on like it's yours personally, but really it's something that you've inherited from somebody else down the line that came before you, that they didn't fucking fix it, which is fine. I'm saying it like that just because I have energy on it and it's hard and it's hot. But they didn't fix it, and they didn't fix it because they didn't have the tools. We live in a completely different time. We're living in a completely different reality right now. So they didn't fix it because they didn't have the tools or the understanding or the will. And now it's landed in your lap. You got it. And now what will you do with it? Will you pass it to the next generation? Or will you fix it? Or will you heal it? Or will you love yourself? All right. Today is a moon day. And that's it. Peace and blessings, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.